Hola! And we're back. Part 2 with Mr. Dante Lawson, hairstylist and artist who's making
I'm all right.
Who's making these gorgeous wigs.
I'm okay.
Yes. I mean, so do you sew the hair in?
Yeah, it's all done on the sewing machine. Yeah.
What? Why are y'all playing? Y'all need to find this man and get you a good head. Just blah 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 blah. Because I'm about to. I mean, it's harder for me to kind of branch out living here because one of the first things that someone told me was moving from Chicago to Louisville, Kentucky, downtown Chicago, not like South Side or far away. Like I was not in the suburbs. Yeah. I was on Lakeview East.
I was in the hood,
but he's a survivor. Yeah. You guys from where he was. I mean, can we just talk about
honestly?
And to where you are now, it's like it's crazy. And I'm so proud of you.
I don't want to say I was never really encouraged. It was kind of like a self-doubt thing. Like I didn't want to have the whole stipulations of being a hairdresser and being a guy because of the connection that you make that, you might be. But it was a struggle. It really was. And it still is a struggle for me because I still have to.
Well, it's because you live in Springfield.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though.
I'm trying to get him to move into the city.
I'm not. It's not going to happen.
Come on, Alan.
It's not going to happen. I think that works for me though because I like to be places where there's a part of me that literally likes to shake things up. I have a defiant nature.
Shake them up!
So wherever I go, I don't like to be the center of attention, but you will pay attention to me.
What? Whoa. No. I hope you have your pen and paper. Write that down. I don't like to be the center of attention, but
you will pay attention to me.
But you will pay attention to me.
You'll notice me. You'll have no choice.
So why do you think that there is such a, like, for Black women in particular, I feel like we kind of put ourselves in such a small little box of hair care. And we don't really go wild. Like, I don't really stray too far from mine.
It's really odd that is the case because we come from a creative people.
I know. Like, the afro and just
the braids.
The braids. So, like, it's like we have stopped the creativity. And I guess it's just different for us living here where, like, people still get relaxers. People still get curls. And
Wave Nouveau.
Wave. I had one in this
curl-free curl.
3rd grade.
Duke.
You guys don't know what's
still they do that. I mean, if you're like our age or a little bit older, you know what Duke is.
Absolutely. But I feel like there's less of that branching out and kind of experimenting with hair. But then the girls who do experiment with hair, their scalp is destroyed.
It's a misunderstanding with our hair.
What's the misunderstanding?
That it cannot
do fun things. It can't be wild and free.
It can, but I think it has a lot to do with just the
society?
Cultural expectations of us.
Gotcha.
Like it is. I mean, how do I say this?
Just say it.
We both know personally.
Yeah.
The backlash that you get from wearing your hair natural.
Oh, absolutely.
We know it.
Absolutely. I know it on a personal level.
And it comes, and that's what I was going to say. It usually comes from people who are closest to us. And that is the reason why a lot of women of color do not take care of their hair.
Yeah.
It is usually that voice in the back of their head, their grandmother, great-grandmother, aunt, that one relative who just...
You'd be so pretty if you would just straighten out your hair.
No man is going to love you with your hair look. And I'm just like...
No one's going to hire you if you have that hair.
But if it wasn't supposed to be this way, it wouldn't grow out of my scalp.
Literally how I came out of the womb. So I was like, wah, wah.
If it's not supposed to be that way, then that's a conversation that you need to have with the creators.
Jesus.
Yes, exactly.
Jesus.
Whoever came together and decided that I was going to exist,
Mom
you
and
need
Dad.
to have a conversation with them. Because you gave these hair follicles.
This is your fault.
Are half my mother and my father.
And I just don't think it's natural to be putting chemicals on your scalp.
Not
anymore.
If people realize that literally relaxers are calcium, they coat the hair with calcium, which we all know calcium is used to make what stronger?
Bones.
So you are literally calcifying your hair in order to have it straightened. You have added layers of calcium to keratin, which is already hard skin to begin with.
Yeah.
So you have turned your hair into bone, basically.
And they like it bone straight.
And that's why they came up with that whole terminology.
Oh, look at that.
Bone straight.
Okay, so now switching sides, what do you see as the new trends going forward with hair?
Natural hair. I've seen it to the point where it's literally made me upset because okay, case in point.
Who?
We have a Beyonce fan here. She is a Beyonce fan. I'm a fan from afar. Like, I like her and I don't. And I like
don't
her
make
and I
me
don't.
kick him out.
I know. But when Beyonce came out with Lemonade,
Yeah.
and she was rocking the lace front braided wigs, those were not her hair. Those were wigs. Sorry about it.
That's all the time we have. No.
I mean, but it was. When she started that trend, then women started to notice that their hair was pretty and beautiful, and we can wear these curls.
We embraced our natural.
Embrace it.
But don't you feel like that's all part of this feminist movement that we have going on right now? Even though we've been feminists for
But it takes
100 years.
Even psychology tells you that it takes someone else to stand up before other people will stand up. I did not mean to rub your.
So it's okay. They're big.
Yeah.
But Jane Fonda was really a pioneer back in the 60s for just being, standoutish. With Angela Davis Eartha Kitt. Like all these women were very like on the forefront. Why did it take so long for us to get back to that natural look?
It happens with all cultures.
Because we went through a rough straight hair phase.
It takes a backlash of the negativity of the things that we do before we change our minds. So, like, a lot of women they don't have edges anymore. Their napes are gone.
Why? Where did it go?
It's because this area of the hair is as delicate as it could possibly get. And
don't I know it?
When you're trying to relax it and pull it back,
and this is where the elements hit you first.
Like even with your face, when you wash it, your hairline gets hit with the residue from you washing your face. So I mean, it's the delicate area. So when you're constantly relaxing that or putting stress to it, it breaks off.
Do the wigs put stress to that?
They do if you wear, and that's the thing. There is no hairstyle, even me with my bald head, there is no hairstyle on creation that does not require some type of care.
Do you hear that, ladies?
Natural
Stop thinking that having natural, you don't have to take care of it. Stop thinking, right?
You ain't moisturizer, you ain't got to shampoo.
You don't have to deep condition it.
I have to moisturize my bald head so it doesn't get flaky.
There you have it. And then the wigs. I mean, you have to take care of your wigs. We talked about it earlier.
Don't sleep in them. That's my pet peeve number one.
You can't sleep in a wig?
You can if you're lazy. Wait. Oh,
Whoop.
let's say that out loud. I'm sorry. No, it's just that it's.
But I mean, it's important to know. Like, I don't understand why girls think that. I feel like a lot of the baller girls who date ballers, they walk around looking like Kardashians, and they think that like that's what you look like all the time.
That you woke up like Beyonce yet again. I woke up like this. I wake up with sleep in my eye.
I wake up
with
drool, terrible bad breath.
Right, a little morning breath. And if I have
Crusties.
hair, it's a little lumpy and out of place.
I wake up with a satin bonnet on my scalp. Truth be told.
I mean, there's no such thing as natural beauty. There is, but even it had help.
Okay, so let's talk about some celebrities that kind of claim this whole natural thing, but they're not really, Okay, do you know who Yara Shahidi is?
Yara Shahidi?
The black girl from Blackish.
Oh, the one who's getting like her own show.
She has her show already. So is that her natural curls?
Yeah.
That's the first I've gotten in years. Yeah. Okay, so
just like that's Diana Ross's daughter.
Tracy
Ellis Ross. That's her. I mean, that's the thing that irks me most though, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
No.
We have beautiful hair. Okay,
but wait, they're both biracial.
Okay.
So the texture of because I know when I get my hair soaking wet, it is like curls. It is actual curls. Is there a huge difference between a black girl's natural state of hair and a biracial girl's natural state of hair?
No, it's just the undulation of the wave or the curl. I know that sounds a lot.
The undulations.
But basically, they do have a system, and it goes from it goes all the way up to 4, and I think the letters range from A to C or A to C.
I'm a 4B.
Yes, that's your curl pattern. Now, the thing with biracial and I guess we could say, I don't want to say completely black women.
Yeah, because there's no such thing.
Yeah, like everybody's biracial anyway, technically.
Technically.
Those who have a tighter curl pattern, between the difference between those and those with a looser wave pattern or looser curl pattern is just, like I said, the revolution of the curl.
Okay.
So the less curl you have, you end up with wave. So you go from a spiral to a wave. As the curl is stretched out, it becomes a wave.
Okay.
And then as you stretch it out more, you get a slight wave, and then you get straight hair. So technically, if you look at it from a numbers perspective, curly hair is the tightest, so it's the strongest. And I mean, it doesn't feel that way with us.
It's weird because you know how it is. I mean, you know my hair more than anybody, and you know that it's looser here, curls are looser here, and then it's like the tribes of Africa back here, the Mamumu tribe. That's everybody's hair.
Everybody's hair is. You have to remember, you're a combination of both your parents. So
great. I mean,
but everybody's hair is denser in this area. It's lighter here, and then usually these areas, like the top and this very back, are the midway points.
So people who work out a lot,
sweat can collect here, and salt dries out hair because salt is a dehydration.
So if you work out a lot, like I do, then it's important for me to constantly be oiling my scalp. And are there oils for the scalp that are bad for the scalp?
There are some
baby oil on the scalp, yes or no?
Who told you that falsehood?
I'm asking baby oil on the hair.
Petroleum based. Anything petroleum based.
Anything petroleum based.
Or like mineral oil, they coat the hair. So that's why for us ethnic people, we were always taught that grease is the best option for our hair.
But it's not.
It is if you're a child.
But past 12, 13, 14?
Past hormone stage.
Oh, wow.
Past the hormone stage.
Past the hormone stage.
Past when the hormones start kicking in.
What do you do?
You have to start incorporating moistures and oils, and there is a difference between oil and grease. Grease is, okay, we're going to take it back to old school. Grease is what will be on top of the stove, congealed, looking like
white lard.
Bam. Oil is when the grease is heated up.
There you go. Remember the hot comb?
I still use a hot comb.
It literally gives me flashbacks of mom popping me in the head.
Madam C.J. Walker came out with it. It's just been evolved over a period of time. So technically, the flat iron is nothing but the hot comb without teeth. And
heat for hair is still bad.
It is
excessive heat,
excessive
like every
heat,
day,
like that constant flat iron. And I am guilty of this myself. Occasionally, I will flat iron someone's hair, or hot comb their hair, or silk press. I know it's a new name now, silk press, and there will be smoke in the room. Shouldn't be smoke. Shouldn't be. That means that the moisture from the hair is literally the same thing that happens to popcorn. When you pop it, and the moisture in it pops and makes the kernel swell up. Same thing happens to hair when you use a really, really hot flat iron. And you should only, if the person doing your hair cannot get your hair straight in one pass, then you shouldn't sit in a chair. That's why my flat irons are 450, but I go one time.
450 degrees. He's over there roasting vegetables
I tell you,
on your scalp, boo.
Filet.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Kim, Court, Khloe.
The Kardashians?
Whatever their names are, Kylie and Kendall. Do they all wear wigs and weaves? Even Kendall.
I mean, which one is the one? Kylie's the one with the lips, right? The new lips?
She has lips, but Khloe has lips too.
Okay, but Kylie's the one who had the lip pucker. Did she have the makeup issues?
She's the 19-year-old who got pregnant.
She wears wigs. She literally follows a guy named Tokyo Styles, who's another wig. He's a wig designer.
Wigologist.
He is a phenomenal artist. She literally is in cahoots with him, and anything you see of her, it doesn't matter if it's dark brown to platinum blonde. 9 times out of 10, it's probably a wig.
Kim Kardashian, wig or weave?
Both, and extensions.
Girl, you ain't fooling nobody. Newscasters. No, you know.
Man,
they usually their own hair.
Most women on TV, and this is just from working. We know, like what it's like to work on commercials and stuff like that. The lighting for those projects is like literally being under the sun.
Yeah, like right
and
now.
it dries your hair out to no end. So if they're on TV, they usually have extensions in their hair, some form of extensions.
There you
some
have it.
form. From reality TV to news anchors, they have some form of extensions.
So everybody add him on social media. His name is The Real Artist or Dontavius or...
There's Dante Lawson on Facebook. There is Tavius _baby on Instagram. There is we're gonna make sure this is correct because
there's so many things. His name is Dontavius Lawson.
It is, and
you can probably look up his name. And if you can't find him, you can always contact.
You can contact Christy.
But it's important for you to know good hair health. Oh,
that's me on Snapchat. If you
no
can
one
see
can
that.
see that.
It's backwards, but if you hold a mirror up to it, you'll figure. You see the black guy with blue hair? That's me.
On that note.